Hey, what's up? First off, the team addressed the crash that had been happening after beating Sirene. According to the update, the developers could no longer reproduce the crash on their end after a thorough investigation, which is a promising start. It means whatever caused it is likely rare or rooted in a specific combination of system states. They recommend making sure Windows is updated to the latest version if you still run into it, and to file a report if it persists, so the team can continue to chase down any remaining cases. That's the official guidance straight from the patch notes. There are a bunch of photo mode improvements bundled in this patch that I know a lot of people who love taking in-game screenshots will appreciate. If you've noticed facial hair on characters going soft and blurred when you get in close with photo mode, that's been fixed specifically for situations where shading was set to epic. On top of that, two light shaping options, inner cone angle and outer cone angle, that previously didn't change the preview shape now behave correctly. So what you see in the preview matches the light you set up. They also tweaked how the spotlight and point light display so your reference visuals are more visible while framing shots. Those are small but quality of life things that help photo mode feel more reliable and less fiddly when you're composing scenes. Gameplay got a solid round of stability fixes too. One frustrating bug was where loading a save while picking up a journal could make that journal disappear forever, which is the kind of bug that torpedoes completionists' plans. The patch restores missing journals retroactively when you load affected saves, so players who lost progress because of that should see the collectibles come back. That's a real relief if you've been checking your compendium and noticing gaps you couldn't explain. There was also a soft lock fix for the chromatic glissando encounter in Serene's dress level. In specific circumstances, a dead expeditioner with shortcut and second chance pictos equipped being swallowed could lock the encounter. That case has now been fixed. Elsewhere, on Gestural Beach, using the rematch option after losing the volleyball minigame could create a blocked save, and that's been addressed as well. Finally, characters affected by the inverted effect had incorrect eye color rendering, which has been corrected so visual effects now match their intended appearance. All of these changes are aimed at ensuring players don't get stuck or lose content because of edge case behavior. On the environment front, there are multiple fixes that might not feel dramatic right away, but they improve navigation and immersion. Collisions and misplaced assets were fixed across Verso's drafts, the world map, and other levels, and missing or incorrect footsteps SFX were corrected, so you should notice fewer moments of clipping or wandering into invisible geometry, and the audio feedback should line up more consistently with movement. Additionally, they fixed lighting issues on Steam Deck for Verso's drafts, Endless Tower, and Stonewave Cliffs. If you play on Steam Deck, those lighting fixes will likely make those areas look closer to what desktop players see and reduce weird shadows or washed out areas that might have spoiled the mood in certain scenes. Something else worth pointing out is the tone of the notes themselves. The team thanks players for reports sent via their official Typeform and says they'll keep monitoring incoming reports and working on future fixes. That kind of transparency about relying on player reports usually signals that if any rare or platform-specific issues remain, they're probably prepared to triage them as data comes in. It's nice to see developers acknowledging community contributions explicitly because it helps everyone understand how issues get prioritized and resolved. Overall, this update blends practical bug fixes with polish for features like photo mode and platform-specific touches for Steam Deck lighting. Nothing huge in terms of new features, but the kinds of fixes included here directly reduce frustration points. Lost journals restored, soft locks removed, visual effects corrected, and lighting and collision hiccups patched up. If you're someone who values a stable experience as much as new content, this patch is basically one of those maintenance releases that quietly makes the game feel more coherent and trustworthy as you play through its levels again. That's the full rundown pulled directly from the patch entry, so everything I covered aligns with the official notes. The patch listing also includes details about changed files and depots if you want to inspect which files were touched in this build. I'll leave it there so you've got a complete, friendly, and accurate script you can turn into your video voiceover with all factual details matching the one source you specify.